Welcome to Direct to Video DVD Extras, a podcast between podcasts where we talk about whatever we want. Now, where's the button on this thing?
So my point is, here we have two villains that are compelling, that are interesting, out of, God, where are they at? 27 movies?
I want to try to think of compelling Marvel villains. So, Red Skull's not bad. He's basically
but he's just a Nazi.
Yeah.
Doesn't really. I'm a Nazi who has a skull for a face. I'm very German.
But that was the kind of movie they were making. I mean, they were making sort of like an over-the-top version of a war movie.
Yeah, but and that's great, but that's not, again, like, the compelling thing about Captain America, like, wasn't Red Skull. There was like there's nothing past him other than I'm a Nazi that's worse than the Nazis.
Okay.
I'm a double Nazi.
So, we can
I'm a Matryoshka doll of Nazis.
We can disregard all of the Iron Man villains because they're the least interesting thing about the Iron Man movies.
Yeah. I do still really like that scene in the first Iron Man movie, though, where beard guy is like, Tony Stark built it in a cave with a box of scraps. I love that line so much. It's so cheesy.
Okay.
Like, it's very ham delivered, and I love it. But other than that, who gives a shit?
He doesn't, do anything in the movie, though, isn't that?
Yeah, he makes a bigger Iron Man suit and then dies.
Right. He just fucking dies. Because Iron Man's better than him. That's it. So,
I don't even...
Iron
Man 2 had Electric Whip guy, and he was cool, but I don't remember anything else.
He was not cool.
Come on, you couldn't, Electric Whips.
Fucking stupid. What the hell was his backstory?
No, dude, I don't care about that. Just Electric Whips.
What was his backstory? Because
I don't know. He was a mechanic, and Tony Stark's dad fucked him over.
That didn't happen because Tony Stark made it in a goddamn cave, and it didn't make any earthly sense. And the other thing is, the first thing he does as a villain is walk onto a racetrack. And I don't care if you can cut the cars in half with your whips, you're gonna fucking die on that racetrack.
Okay, and listen, I agree with you, this is all very dumb, but electric whips are cool.
Not even. Okay, say you can deliver electricity. Why would you keep it attached to your wrist?
No, dude, again, just electric whips. Come on, man. That's a Spider-Man villain right there. Maybe a C tier or a D tier Spider-Man villain.
Okay.
But that's a Spider-Man villain right there. Right, I'm Electric Whip.
There actually is a superhero web series that I watched where one of the heroes has electric powers, and as the creators got more and more into the series, they did cooler effects with his web things, and they did with his electric things, and they did make him do a whip, and that was cool.
Yes. See,
but here's the thing: this guy's whip that they did in After Effects was so much cooler than the Iron Man guy's whip.
No, and I agree. It was dumb. I don't even remember who the villain in Iron Man 3 was. The fire terrorists?
I'll tell you who it was.
Oh,
because it was stupid.
It was the wheelchair guy.
It was the Mandarin, but not really the Mandarin, because he was an Englishman, which I like that they sort of skipped over having a villain named the Mandarin, but I also Googled the Mandarin, and he's a really interesting, cool magic villain.
The problem with the Mandarin is that he's cool, but has a really racist name.
They could have given him a different name.
They could have.
But
they could have also let Doctor Strange be British, but they didn't do that either.
But instead they replaced him with just a... just some guy Tony Stark pissed off, who was taking war vets and making them into fire terrorists, and then attacking the President of the United States.
And then Iron Man suits explode in a beautiful fireworks display.
Right. And of course the most interesting thing about Iron Man 3 was the final fight with just all the Iron Man suits, which was still only okay.
I would argue that the most interesting part of Iron Man 3 is the one where Tony Stark is just Jason Bourning his way through Fargo Land.
No, yes, that is true. That is true, because they made Thor do that, and it was a lot less interesting. And when he had to do that, when Tony Stark has to be a normal guy, that was really interesting. Because they'll do that with, like, Superman sometimes, where they take away his powers, and now he's stuck without his powers and he has to do stuff.
Some of my favorite episodes of the Justice League are the ones where Superman has to live with no powers. Like, there's one where he becomes the leader of a wolf pack. It's great.
Oh, God. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm trying to think of other...
But that's the thing, right? Is if you take Superman's powers away from him, he's still a buff farmer. If you take Iron Man's suit away from him, he's an engineer with heart problems.
Right. Well, yeah.
Okay, so who else?
Do we got? Who are other villains? Okay, well, Thanos was interesting. I liked Thanos.
He's not even a villain yet.
Is Thanos the wrong character?
Thanos is the big purple guy. It is the wrong
character. I'm thinking of the Justice guy.
Who?
The guy with the hammer?
Oh, fucking yeah! He was played by elf guy from Lord of the Rings.
Yes. So
here's the thing. I love Lee Pace, and I was really mad that they didn't give him more lines.
Oh, that's fair. I think
like they should have. He could have been like this amazing, super theatrical villain, but he only has like 4 scenes, and then he dies, and then he explodes.
Here's the thing about that. I mean, there were like 5 protagonists in that movie, and they had to introduce them all, and then get them all to like each other. And like, I understand that the villain was not a big character, but the times when he was on screen, he was really cool.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has a similar problem.
Okay,
they have a really cool villain. I just wish they gave him more time.
Still have to watch it.
I walked away from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 feeling like it was better than the first one.
Oh, that's good. Okay. I honestly wasn't expecting that. I figured, hey, if it's almost as good as the first one, I'll be happy.
Well, the movie doesn't have to spend half of its runtime making you, like, introducing you to all the characters. Like, the movie can just go, which is nice.
Okay. So, actually, you
Who
know
else?
what? Actually, all the villains, the minor villains in Guardians are really cool. Although I think they're heroes in the second movie, right?
The Ravagers? Scavengers?
Yeah, whatever they are.
The Space Junkers.
They're basically heroes in the second movie. And also, what's her face? Blue Crazy Girl.
Yes.
They're all interesting. I think Guardians was a pretty interesting movie.
But I wouldn't call them villains, though, because, like, they're...
No, they're like anti-villains
they're not...
and anti-heroes.
They're characters and they're interesting, but they're not like at the end of the day they're not this force that's opposing the main hero. They're not antagonists.
Sometimes they are.
I guess I should clarify that what I meant by villains is that these movies have no interesting antagonists.
All right, fine.
Or they have antagonists whose role is so subsidized by the rest of the film that you don't even really get a feel for what the character is, like Lee Pace.
Okay. I mean, I don't really believe that. I think he had a pretty straightforward, I want to kill everybody who's not of my race thing. Basically a space Nazi, but he did it really well. Anyway, moving on. I'm trying to... Ant-Man...
But he's still just a Nazi.
Ant-Man had a... He did it very well.
Oh, God.
Antman...
I still haven't watched Ant-Man.
Ant-Man was bad. Did you watch Ant-Man?
Was Ant-Man just a military dude?
Nah, he was like also Ant-Man. He was a yellow jacket.
So he was so it was like Green Lantern versus the Yellow Lantern kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah.
But with wasps and ants instead of...
There's a lot I dislike. Looking back, there's a lot I dislike about the Ant-Man movie. One of the things is, it's basically Iron Man again, so that's kind of annoying. But the other thing is, like, they sort of, like, shoehorned the idea that Ant-Man was, because in the comics, Ant-Man helped create the Avengers. And in the movie, he's not there yet. So they sort of shoe in the idea that old Ant-Man had helped create the Avengers Initiative somehow. And it's sort of just, like, in there, like, get in there, make it work. And it doesn't, especially because before now, we open the Marvel Universe with Iron Man, arguably maybe one of the Hulk movies.
I think it's officially come down the ladder that those 2 Hulk movies are not canon.
Okay. But the point is, in Iron Man, there hasn't been a superhero before. Not really. We don't hear about them. So the idea that, oh yeah, 50 years ago, Ant-Man was a thing, is kind of weird. Also, there's the whole fucking Wasp thing, where there's a girl who can definitely do the job better, and I understand, the movie sort of made me okay with the fact that she wasn't the hero, but it also, like, she definitely could have just been the hero. And then, did you watch this movie?
No.
They explain shrinking. It's your atoms getting closer together, okay? Which is pretty much the only viable way that you could shrink something.
Jesus Christ.
Okay?
Yeah.
However, there's also a plot line about going subatomic. Like, shrinking so small that you shrink smaller than an atom.
Yes.
That doesn't make any fucking sense, right?
No, it does. Atoms are 97% empty space.
So the idea is actually
theoretically, if you can compress everything closer and closer together, because there's always going to be empty space between these two things. They're never going to touch. Because it's the reason like micron or electron telescopes work, is because we can zoom in so far. It's not light bouncing off of these things. It's just we're just seeing the energy move around them. So comic book, like, obviously it's impossible and stupid, but
it could
in theory,
happen, quote
yeah.
unquote. Okay.
Atoms are 90. It could happen, quote unquote, in that it's not incredibly stupid.
Yeah.
But you have to remember that this is coming from the same place that, like, radioactive spider bite.
All right, so yeah, uninteresting.
Building an arc reactor in a cave with a box of scraps.
Who else do we got? Okay, we got two more Captain America movies. Those are bad.
Yeah, because the villain in The Winter Soldier is one of the guys in charge of
is like half of the American government.
In charge of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Which, by the way, it's kind of...
No, it's just that one guy, remember?
Well, yeah, but then it turns out they're all Nazis anyway. Like, he's the villain.
What?
In Winter Soldier?
Oh, yeah, no. It's not half of the American government, necessarily. It's just, it's, Hydra has infiltrated a bunch of stuff, but the main antagonist of the movie is just this
like
guy.
Senator or
who's best friends with...
Vice President or something.
Yeah, who's best friends with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. That movie was so...
Nick Fury,
I went to watch that movie with my dad because they filmed so much of it in Cleveland, and he was always talking about how he couldn't drive down the street without seeing a car on fire. And so we went to see it, and I think he found it entertaining, but man, it was fucking stupid. Man, that movie is so stupid in a million ways.
Winter Soldier, to me, like, the only parts of Winter Soldier that I remember are all of the... just the mystery of just what the fuck is Bucky still alive for, which I thought was great, just because, like, Captain America needs someone to love.
Okay, this is...
Damn it. I'm one of those people, Tony.
Here's the part that I remember. Samuel L. Jackson gets attacked by police. People dressed as police in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And his response is to eject from his, like, armrest some kind of automatic weapon, which he then shoots them all with. And I was watching it thinking, what movie am I watching?
So that's...
I'm not saying it was bad. I'm not saying that. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, Captain America the Winter Soldier is much easier to digest if in the first 2 minutes, when Captain America's jumping onto the boat, you think to yourself, this is a spy movie first, and then a Marvel superhero movie second.
Well, here's the other thing, though. It does end with half of... basically all of S.H.I.E.L.D. being Nazis. And that's...
half of S.H.I.E.L.D., yes, but dismantled and dismantled.
Rough. Because it kind of... well, one of the things it does is it kind of brings you out of the story. Because, of course, obviously there's no S.H.I.E.L.D., but the idea of all these things is like, it takes place in New York, it takes place in D.C., this quote-unquote could be something that happened. Because the idea of the superhero movies is to have, like, a more fantastic version of Marvel, at least. It's to have, like, a more fantastic version of
that's the thing.
Area, where you live. your world, and then they just like they take it to such an extreme that I don't know.
But that's the thing, right? Is like, if that movie had come out when it was written 2 years prior in 2012, sure, whatever. Explosions in downtown. But by 2014, that was when you started feeling this like rising tension against the U.S. government because of how shitty a lot of things were at the time, and still are.
Oh, okay, I was waiting for that one.
I feel like after Winter Soldier, a lot of these movies have really just been trying to edge away from that setting, which feels weird. Like, I still don't know why Civil War took place, for the most part, in Germany after the initial setup. I feel like for all of the location jumping the movie does in the beginning, it stays in Germany for a really long time. And I feel like it would have made more sense if it was more if the movie had jumped around a lot more while I don't know. I feel like Civil War could have been a much it could have been either smaller or bigger, and they landed somewhere in between that's unsatisfying.
Yeah. One of the things I did like about Civil War is that the arguments between Tony Stark and Captain America would feel like an argument that you might have with somebody who disagreed with you politically. And again, like before this last election, when fucking the Republicans decided to jump the shark and ended up electing a fucking insane person with the obvious collusion of goddamn Russia. Before that, when it was just like when it was just somebody you might like on a personal level who had different beliefs than you did, and it would be very frustrating to talk with them about it because neither of you would ever convince the other.
Yeah.
That really felt, because I could see Tony's point, and his point was, I fucked up a lot, and I need somebody
that can slap me on the wrist and tell me I'm bad.
Yeah, I need somebody to watch over me and make sure I'm not fucking up again. And
but you can also...
And Steve's thought was, the last time I trusted a government, they turned out to all be Nazis.
Yeah.
And you know what? I get that too, Steve.
Yeah, like that's the thing. And that's the thing is more so than when the movie came out. Yeah, I really feel for you, Steve. Hard to trust a government that's half Nazis. And yeah, Tony, I understand. You need sometimes you need government oversight especially when it comes to mega corporations like Stark Industries and being a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see both sides.
Right.
That is. I still think
that's one of the things the movie did right, and I feel like they did a lot of stuff wrong, but there were a bunch of cool action sequences, so people forgave it a lot.
Definitely, and I feel like more so in Captain America than Iron Man. In the Captain America movies and the Iron Man movies, there is something about Chris Evans.
Okay.
I believe that Chris Evans
would punch a Nazi?
Is Captain America.
Yeah.
Okay. Like Iron Man, I don't believe that Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark. I believe that Tony Stark is Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, because I was gonna say
right?
He's basically Tony Stark, though.
Because at the end of the day, when I think of Iron Man, I think, oh man, I love Robert Downey Jr. so much. He's so charming. But when I look at Captain America, I don't see Chris Evans like I see Robert Downey Jr. I see Captain America.
Okay.
And that goes a long way because because if I could separate the actor from the character, it'd be a lot harder to believe in a character that says, I'm going to go against the government because I believe that I'm right. But because it's Captain America,
right, it's Captain
you
America.
can believe he's right, and that there's no fallout from that. There's no ulterior motive. He believes he's right, and you can believe that. Is what I'm saying making sense?
Yes. I understand. A slight pivot. One of the things I really hated about that movie was, so Scarlet Witch and Vision are both extremely powerful. Like, way more powerful than anybody else on the team.
Yes.
And therefore, seemingly only because of this reason, they ended up on different sides. So that they could fight each other. And I mean, there was also this romantic tension so that they could fight each other. But the thing is, they fought each other because the script wanted them to, and not, I felt, because their characters were going to. And that means that, like, it really felt like every scene where they were... every part where they were clashing was just like, oh no, Vision's gonna win everything. Well, we throw Scarlet Witch at him, and now he's not. Or Scarlet Witch is gonna win everything, now we throw Vision at her, and now she's not. And that felt kind of by the numbers, almost.
Yeah, I don't know enough about either of those two characters from the comics at all, really.
Yeah, me neither, really.
So yeah, it feels really weird. I do like Scarlet Witch and Vision as characters, but I agree with you that was handled very kind of hand in fist. So wrapping all the way back to my original topic.
Okay, let's do it.
Spider-Man Homecoming has the most compelling villain I have ever seen in a Marvel movie.
Who is it?
I understand their motives. I understand why they're doing what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I sympathize with them on a level that surprised me.
Okay, that's interesting. Because honestly, a lot of the time I could really go for like a villain who's just evil to be evil. Because like when I found out that whatever his name was, like lost his wife and kid in that big fight with Ultron, I was like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care that you're crazy and sad, so you want to do this stupid thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, you keep going. Zemo was his name.
Oh, God, yes. Was he a corporal or something in, like, a military unit?
I don't fucking know. In the old Avengers, Avengers Assemble, in that cartoon, which is the one that came out before the other Avengers cartoon, he was like the head of the what do they call it? The something of evil?
I don't know.
Okay, well, it was like him and the Sorceress and a bunch of other like Abomination and a bunch of these big name villains from the Marvel universe, and that was when I was first introduced to him. So I was like, okay, I guess this is a character. He's like a Hydra guy in that, but he didn't seem to be a Hydra guy in the Civil War version. So whatever.
Yeah. I will. There is a great moment, I think, at the end of Civil War for Black Panther.
Yes.
Just because I love...
I thought they did a shockingly good job with Black Panther, considering the amount of characters they had to keep track of.
What was I saying? I remember saying to somebody, they went all in with making Black Panther the most likable superhero in a long time. His motivation as a character... His kind of change of heart is super believable. His ulterior motive for keeping this villain alive is fantastic. I forget what the line is, but he says something along the lines of like, no, you don't get to die. You have to live with this. There's no empathy for me because your wife and kid died. What you did was bad and you're going to be punished for it.
Right. And we've talked about how sometimes the best thing to do is leave a villain alive, because that is so much worse a punishment for them to have to live with themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you've been listening to Direct Video VHS
DVD extras.
I have been Tony Robusto.
And I have been Andres. One day we'll be Spider-Man Reyes. So close. It's gonna be great.
I believe in you. You can find me at TheaterBats on Twitter. Or you can go to my website at inspiredbyturnerevents.org. I'm fucking gonna plug that more.
Yes, definitely. Read his webcomic. It's hilarious when I read it. You can find me at royalty_valens. Or, I think that's it. That's all I do. No, that's all I got. It's the only place. It's my abode.
Disappointing.
Occasionally, I post funny things on Twitter, and occasionally I post weird lawyer fanfiction on Twitter.
You can find the podcast at direct2.video. I want to put more videos up, especially of... There's, like, a lot of good stuff we did in The Wizard of Oz that can be sort of, like, grabbed and put into a little... what do you call it? Like, its own
little
thing.
Bits.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to... I want to do that. I just never have any free time.
Please remember to leave a review for us, either on Google Play or iTunes or wherever you get your local podcasts, because fuck you, Tony. I'm going to keep saying that. I like the phrase.
Local podcasts. All right.
I think it's a good phrase.
It's nonsense.
The internet is nonsense.
The internet is nonsense.
We just talked about nonsense for 2.5 hours.
The internet is nonsense. We talked about nonsense. I'm the ghost of John Smith. Good night, everybody.
Oh, wait.
What?
Thank you, Lee Roosevelt, for Penguins on Parade.
Damn it. I'm the ghost of John Smith. No, let's get out of here.
Wait, fuck, that's not it.
Yeah, you fucking can't do it. I did it.
No. Shit, I can't do... fuck it.
I don't want to talk about how I only make the comic for myself.
Yeah, hey, you're not a sellout, and that's all that matters, right?
All right.
Not like these other webcomic sellouts. I literally just realized that I don't think it's possible for webcomics to sell out, because
it's very hard.
Yeah, because I just like most webcomics exist for the purpose of like being a passion project.
Nabona's gonna get a movie.
Oh my god, yes, I heard about that. I'm so excited to hear anything else.
So, I guess somebody sold out.